have been to EGX in London. Me, Martin and Pete went to go check out the stand and see how our game was received.
What we normally end up doing is creating all the key art ourselves, reserving the screens, doing all the behind the scenes work. And this time it was kind of nice because everything was done for us. The publisher sold out, handled the show. So essentially we were just showing up and watching people play the game. You know, with EGX only being 5 or 6 hours in a day, we saw players sitting down for 30, 40, 50 minutes and really just dissecting the demo and getting into it. It was just a really nice thing to see people resonating.
Kind of gave us the opportunity to kind of stand back a bit and just kind of watch and take it in as a whole more and see 4 people playing at the same time, and are they kind of getting stuck at similar points? Are they having the same kind of frustrations? And it was also just, it's just kind of amazing. You get this sensation anytime you get towards the release of a title. Once you start seeing people who you don't even know playing it, that's when it becomes very, very real.
Most of the reactions were actually really positive. The demo took about 30 to 40 minutes to get all the way through. I've been to EGX before. From my experience, you sit down for a couple of minutes, give whatever a go and move on to the next one because there's so much to see. But I was really shocked, I was really surprised by the amount of people that actually sat down and played the full thing. And some people weren't even whizzing through it, like they were looking at every nook and cranny, and it looked like they were really enjoying it.
Most of the game has been developed during lockdown. Any of the play testing we've had done has been via video conference call and just watching players play, so you never really get a sense of how they're actually reacting in person. And so seeing people put their headphones on and really just playing around with the controls and figuring things out, we got a lot of useful feedback from that. More so now in our later years, we are seeing people that have played either Ether 1 or The Occupation when they realize it's White Paper Games that have developed the game. It's nice to see players starting to be familiar with the work that we're creating.
Really, really pleasantly surprised by just how well it seems to have been received and also just how few bugs there are. My usual experience of exhibitions is like just sleepless nights, and actually this time there was pretty much nothing.
I was talking to someone before they went and played, and they actually asked about accessibility for the game because they had trouble holding down buttons. It was important to us when we were doing it. We made it as accessible as possible. It was a nice feeling to be able to go, yes, we have accessibility for that.
Maybe this is cheesy, but actually EGX was the first time I met our animator Harry. So one of the nicest thing I had was meeting a member of the team.
Whenever we've been in person over the last 18 months, it's been very work focused, only for an hour or so, just getting something done and leaving the studio again. So actually the highlight for me was just being able to spend more time in person with the team and making those connections and chatting about the different things going on. Of course, it was great seeing players resonate with the game and having those conversations, and it's always just nice feedback. But there's also the larger aspect of just developing as a team, because that's what you're doing 8, 10, 12 hours a day.
It really reaffirms that, like, oh yeah, you've got awesome people that you work with, and it kind of reminds you part of the reason why you do what you do.